Oh, I know what I was gonna say.
What?
You gotta come on my Twitch stream.
Okay.
For all my listeners,
You're on Twitch?
not yet, but I'm going to.
Okay.
I'm about to get my Twitch stream. But I'm being a Twitch streamer. I'm a streamer, stand-up comedian. That's my.
So what will you be doing? Will you be playing video games? Will you be breaking down the news, Hassan, Abi style?
No, I'm gonna be introducing kids to memes from 2010.
Okay, like the deep fried memes.
Yeah, like not
the
even
SpongeBob.
not even memes. Not even like what's that one? Waffle fries. Damn it, what's that one?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Some pants.
I said, bitch, you got a brother.
You better have
What's the name of that shit?
Unforgivable.
Unforgivable. That's what I'm doing. Showing them
So your idea for content is just another viral video from the past.
Brother, have you not been on Twitch? Have you never seen a Twitch?
Is that just what they? I guess that's what they do. They
literally just
you're a reactor.
I'm actually, my content is going to be watching our podcast. And you're like, wow, this is weird. This is crazy.
Just watching, like, I actually fucking hate Jaffer. I actually fucking hate that guy.
Actually, that would work because I need fucking controversy to get some initial momentum. So if I do have to fake a beef with you, brother, just be there for me, all right?
Yeah.
It'll ultimately pay out for us, ultimately.
Yeah, you're like, Jaffer wanted to include this story, but I actually like the cops. And
me personally, Russian state media, I don't fuck with. Me personally, I just happen to.
That was years ago, bro. That was years ago. And it wasn't state media, okay?
Hey, listen, they're doing comedy festivals. Things are fine, brother.
Sure.
you can work for the state government now. It's okay.
First of all, it wasn't Russian state media. It was a corporation that was partially funded by the state of Russia. But I guarantee you we had no KGB agents in the writer's room.
Listen.
And Riyadh Comedy Festival, look, everyone I feel like forgets, Russian media, Riyadh Comedy Festival. Everyone seems to forget that we live in America. Russia and Saudi Arabia. I'm saying Russia and Saudi Arabia.
He said that patriotically, guys.
Wish they could do the damage, the amount of HP damage that we're out here doing in the world.
Real patriot right there. See?
They can't touch us.
He sounds like what he thinks he's doing. What he thinks he's doing is being ironic. What he thinks he's doing is
I am being ironic.
Yeah, he thinks that. Little does he know that everything he's saying sounds real to me and true. my American red-blooded heart only gets stronger with every word he says. Well, you goddamn right, brother. We are the worst of the worst. All right. And,
look, we're doing a genocide right now in Israel or in Palestine, and all these comedians are bringing up Jamal Khashoggi. It's like, why are you talking about Jamal Khashoggi? Yes. That was terrible. Saudi Arabia is bad.
Yes,
but
9/11.
It's just the selectiveness of it really bothers me. Of just like, you know what I mean?
I personally know at least.
I can't take it seriously. I can't take your criticisms of Saudi Arabia seriously if you're just humming along your days while we're like bombing children every day. That's it.
I personally myself know like 5 White House correspondent speakers. So it's like, well, we're going to go make these fucking this nigga did war crimes. We're going to yuck for him. So
yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting thing because it's not simple. You know what I mean? Because like,
I don't think people are crazy in their like immediately like, what the fuck? Because in the America's crimes are obvious, but less.
Well, they're less obvious because they're not happening to us.
Yeah,
they're happening. We export our humanitarian crimes.
Yeah.
And so people in America get to be ignorant of them and then just point to Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, again, bad. They do bad things. But the flip side of it is that it's like, so what? Are we supposed to not perform in America? Of course we're going to perform in America. We are inside here. Everything we do has to be inside of America. So it is weird, like, to go to another country, then you have, like, a little bit of a choice. Like, you don't have a choice in the matter of performing inside America. We have to. But if you're going to go overseas, you have a little bit of a choice. Saudi Arabia, strange choice.
I mean, it
will
definitely
admit,
says something about
but if
what
you're
you're
just
willing to
quiet
ignore.
about what America's doing and you're like bringing up Saudi Arabia, it's just, you know, I don't really buy it. That's it.
You think
That's it.
Think it's racist? No.
And a lot of the shit they say about Saudi Arabia, it's a little bit of Islamophobia in there. It's easy to criticize Saudi Arabia without being Islamophobic.
Bill
But
Burr thought he went over there. He was like, I was coming over here. I thought they were going to be chanting death to America and having my head.
what a moron. What a dumbass idiot.
I was like, I love you, Bill Burr, but damn, even I know that.
Saudi Arabia loves
That's
America.
crazy.
What the fuck are you talking about, you dumbass white guy?
I thought they were going to be performing a fatwa. I don't know what
Exactly.
Any of these.
But
But no.
comedians are morons. Comedians are the worst people on earth.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. It's for clout. Do not think they're philosophers. It is all attention. Oh, you're paying attention to me. The word. Okay, there's like, you know, I'm just sitting back watching it. You know, trying to see all the hypocrisies. It is. I think people are justified in their like feelings of like, ugh, nigga.
It's weird. It is weird.
And also with what they say, it's like, bro, you signed a contract that says you can't say certain things about you're king freedom of speech, so you can say nigga on stage, but then you go and take money. So just don't mention that we did 9/11. Just don't mention that part. I'm like, all right, but also it's like.
But we also kind of did 9/11.
We also did the steel beams.
Not the steel beams.
No, you're right. I agree.
Just where Al Qaeda, all that stuff, where all that shit already came, where all that Mujahideen shit originally came from. Was a team effort. Saudi Arabia, U.S., Pakistan. You know, so you could argue that we also had a hand in all that shit.
You believe in the tangible conspiracy, like the real
conspiracy.
I believe in the George Bush.
The YouTube version of it.
George Bush 4 hours before he had to go to that school, he was like, Bin Laden, now.
Exactly.
And that's what, you know, bro. I just think that the one thing I don't like about the Reality Comedy Festival is seeing the comics, you know, they're all coming out with their excuses. Like Bill Burr, like we said, being like, man, you can't do this. Death to America. That's what I thought I'd hear. Then there's other people who are doing some of the growth. Some people aren't on the podcast or on the poster. And I'm like, why the fuck are you even outing yourself at this festival? Nigga, get your bag and lay low. What the fuck are you doing? Not only are they not fucking keeping a low profile for taking a demon's money, but they're going out there like, oh, everybody's telling me fucking Saudi Arabia this, you're taking blood money that. You know what I got to say about that? And they'll point the camera towards their watch. Or fucking be like, oh, I heard they had slaves. Where? And then they'll just be riding a person.
Yeah,
like,
it is gross. It's weird, like hiding behind irony when it's not really irony. What you're saying, it's literally true. What you're saying.
I'm sitting there watching the show, like, bro, this was not the response. This didn't work. I don't know what you thought. Was I supposed to laugh at you? Just like. This shit is evil as fuck. Nigga, it lets me know who you would be throughout history. I'm like, oh, damn, you would be a fuck. If we were 400 years in the past, you would be a fucked up ass. And you would be
We really do live like in a time of artists where it's like the concept of like selling out doesn't really exist anymore. Like back in the day, like if you look at commercials and stuff, like all of the biggest celebrities are on commercials all the time. Me and Kelly were just talking about this like a couple nights ago, whereas like you see them everywhere, all over, like Capital One, Bank of America, like whatever giant Walmart is a celebrity who you know is right now making movies, right now is on top of the world. And yet there are also, like back in the day, in the 90s, that was frowned upon. Like celebrities would do commercials in Japan because they would hide from the scrutiny. But now we live in like this get your bag, grind set culture. And so you have people like totally like applauding people for doing these big commercials when they don't need the money, or fucking going to Saudi Arabia to do a comedy festival, which is why I like this topic is so interesting, because there's a lot of nuance here, and every single comedian who's spoken about it for the most part has given like a fucking two IQ point take on it, and
Here's
It's been just embarrassing.
Here's my 2 IQ.
It's embarrassing to be a comedian today. I'll just leave it at that.
It truly is. It is a symbol. I think the Reality Comedy Festival is a symbol of what it means to be a stand-up today. Hollowness. I almost liken it to a parade balloon. Whenever it's just these big, bombastic, larger-than-life things that are filled with air and are hollow and meaningless.
Yeah.
They have
hollow is the perfect word because, like, going to perform for Saudi Arabia for a shitload of money when they have all these when you have no reason to do that, like they have all these human rights violations, that is hollow. But all the criticisms of the comedians doing that while being silent on Gaza is also hollow. So it's just pathetic all around.
It's like the inversion of things. These are the same people who think like their freedom of speech were being attacked because they weren't, the white man's voice wasn't being heard enough. And now they give no shits about freedom of speech. That concept has completely left. Now it's money. Money. And it's like literally all the free speech warriors are over in Saudi Arabia.
They really pretend to have these principles, and very few principles. Like they're open about not having any principles except this one principle, freedom of speech. And they sign this blood contract.
It's like, well,
it's hilarious.
Yeah, but
let's start our damn show about the
that's
police.
Why I'm streaming now.
Let's start our damn show about the damn fucking cops. Welcome to KAWPS, the podcast. Thank you for allowing us to rant and rave about our peers who we have no respect for. And let's start with the headline roundup. Here is some of the things the cops in America did to us this week. Starting with cops in Orlando, Florida, on video pinning an innocent bystander underneath their car for 15 minutes before getting him out. R.I.P. Gerald Neal.
Cop in Princeville, Alabama, and son of Dog the Bounty Hunter crashes into a teenager. R.I.P. Tristan Hollis.
ICE cops in California have a second man die in this facility. He's the 17th person to die in ICE custody so far this year. R.I.P. I apologize for pronunciation. He's a Chinese guy. R.I.P. Huabing Ji.
Yeah. Cop in Marion County, Florida, is convicted of killing his girlfriend. R.I.P. Paulina Wright.
Cop in Little Rock, Arkansas, caught on video shooting a man in the head for attempting to drive away.
Cop in Raleigh, North Carolina, arrested for sexually assaulting a woman who crashed her car.
Cop in Murrieta, California, is accused of sexually assaulting 5 women.
Cop in Corpus Christi, Texas, arrested for sexual assault.
Cop in Bloomington, Indiana, charged with possession of child sex abuse material.
Cop in San Diego pleads guilty to conspiracy to distribute child sex abuse material.
Cops in Charlotte, North Carolina, arrest a 12-year-old boy for riding his bike, quote, recklessly.
Cop in New Jersey are facing a lawsuit after handcuffing a naked woman and leaving her sitting out exposed while they raided her boyfriend's home.
Cops in Iowa are facing a lawsuit after arresting a man for purchasing items they accused a homeless man of stealing.
Cop in Detroit arrested for home invasion.
Cop in Hambrack, Michigan, charged with domestic abuse.
Cop in Millis, Massachusetts, charged with domestic abuse.
Cop in San Francisco arrested for domestic abuse.
Cop in Mamakating, New York, kills a dog.
And cop in Lamar, Colorado, kills a dog. Damn.
That's, Pup the Bounty Hunter out here crashing in it? What?
Yeah, I guess you said Pup the Bounty Hunter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, also I learned recently,
child
sex abuse material can just be abbreviated to CSAM.
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 All right.
CSAM. Own it on DVD too. I don't know. It's not. I don't think it should be.
If I was the Dog the Bounty Hunter's son, I would just go into TV. I wouldn't actually do the stuff that he pretends to do.
Yeah.
Why is that your calculation? Like he's not a real cop. Like he's even not even pretending to be a real cop.
You can't be.
He's pretending to be a bounty hunter.
You're a nepo baby trying to get into the family business, and the family business is also just like character work.
You went the wrong way. You fell for your dad's charade.
Your dad is like a clown. How do you say? He's like an Elvis impersonator.
You could have been a clown.
Except instead of impersonating Elvis, he's impersonating a cop or a bounty hunter. And a wrestler, oddly. Like, I don't know why he dresses like that. He's like a 6-year-old man who wears a leather jacket with no undershirt. And you're like, nigga, put on a shirt, nigga.
What if Hulk Hogan was more racist?
And couldn't fight.
Yeah.
Worse.
Yeah. So
I'm cutting brother out altogether and just going straight anywhere.
So shout out to
Pup the Bounty Hunter.
Yeah. So what will we talk?
Man, and fuck you, Pup, because all these cops out here killing dogs. We end with like cop in Mama cutting New York
be killing dogs.
You need to be going out after you getting revenge, dog. You letting these niggas kill your namesake.
You know, Dog the Bounty Hunter is not a real dog.
You
know that, right?
That's your dog, bro. You got that on your back. And you just letting them Christy Gnome your fucking. That's crazy.
Damn, I forgot about that. Christy Gnome, good job on making us forget that you killed a puppy.
Yeah,
by being out and
rampaging,
yes.
Turning up the ice, fucking
deporting American citizens. You made us forget that you slaughtered your puppy.
I went out back and shot my dog.
We're too busy being like, that guy actually was born here.
He's like, my plan worked. Oh, was he now? All right, but what are we getting into this episode, Jopper?
Yeah, today we got some updates on the cops at the Parkland school shooting and the Uvalde school shooting. Really seeing cops in action during those tragedies. We will be talking about ICE's latest plans of mass surveillance and ICE's latest plans to deport children. And we'll have a little bit of fun with a New York Post article about the police.
Okay, and on Patreon, $5 a month, give us 5 stars, do all that bullshit.
Do it.
Apple and Google removing apps meant to fight against ICE. That's right, our tech overlords are fighting back people trying to fight back. And the UN scrutinizing New York's prison systems. It was right, it got so bad that the fucking...
It's not a good sign when the UN is coming in.
Globe
had
to...
what's going on over here?
Planet world leaders had to convene and talk about what's going on in New York.
They took a break from Gaza
whoa.
to be like, what's going on in New York?
So that's what we'll be talking about on the Patreon, $5 a month. But let's get this shit kick-started. This episode, we starting at home, our old home, our home.
Houston.
But,
Houston pride.
Our first home. Not so prideful in this story. Houston, Texas, via New York Post. Texas cop delivers Uber Eats order after arresting the delivery driver. Isn't that sweet?
Yeah.
Heartwarming.
Hilarious.
Heartwarming. Texas cop.
Yeah.
brutally beats.
Yeah.
Let me continue the story. A Texas man was left shocked when a police officer arrived at his doorstep with his Uber Eats delivery order. Harris County Constable deputies had pulled over a driver earlier this month after they noticed the car plates did not match the vehicle he was driving.
Okay.
The department posted on Facebook, this is how I know police departments are just ran by fucking boomers.
Facebook
they
posts.
love Facebook, bro. They are always on Facebook.
They do.
It is like the one social media.
Yeah,
that's where they post body cam for. No Twitter. Yeah. They're not on Twitter.
That's why they haven't come after us yet, because we're not on Facebook. We cannot get on Facebook, bro. That'll be the beginning of the end for us.
Once we crack into their realm, we're fucked. Because they are on Facebook heavy. Heavy.
Yeah, they are.
So much footage gets posted to Facebook, but the officers quickly determined that the driver was knowingly and intentionally displaying a fictitious license plate, prompting them to place him under arrest. However, during the investigations, the cops realized the suspect had been in the middle of an Uber Eats delivery order, which, my God, I don't know if I would be able to answer a door with a cop. You ring and your Uber Eats.
Well, hold on, keep reading it.
Instead of letting the hungry customer go without their meal, the officer decided to complete the delivery order themselves. To ensure the citizens still received their order, Deputy Chapa, low-key kind of sounds like stepped in and personally completed the food delivery. Constable Mark Herman wrote on the post, the department shared a series of photos showing Harris County Constable Deputy Chapa arriving at the customer's home with their food in hand. Ronald Carrillo,
The driver.
Yeah.
By the way, the driver.
47 has been charged with tampering with a government record and was issued a $100 bond. That's
So this is So real quick,
government record.
I just want to explain. We'll let the audience decide because I thought this might be a fun, maybe a new segment. Maybe we'll have an intro when we do like little copaganda pieces like this, little ridiculous, completely unnecessary, masquerading as journalism. These stories that are just glazing cops for doing horse shit like this, like clearly doing it for the clicks, for the Facebook likes.
Yeah.
You know, setting up their phone, knocking on the door with
this
the
is
Uber
all part
Eats.
of their content strategy. This is like they posted this, and then under it was like a game of like fucking Temple Run. Except instead it was like a cop game instead of Temple Run. It was just all like a suspect and a cop chasing him.
Yeah.
But
we're not all bad. Okay, we might have killed your son, but also, what about this? Huh? Kind of makes you forget about how much you miss your son, doesn't it?
You know what I didn't miss? That mild sauce from taco. I got you a little extra. That's on you.
Yeah.
Oh no, actually that's blood. That's not mild sauce.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
They were like the customer was shocked when he opened the door and found a police officer delivering his food. Yeah, I would be shocked too. I would be concerned. I would be like, "Where is my driver? I'm worried about
I don't know
him."
if I'd be concerned. I think I'd actually. My first instinct would probably be a happy one. I'd be like, "Damn, that defund the police shit really worked. These niggas Uber Eats it?
Yeah.
Thanks, Zoran.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. That's crazy. You can take the uniform off now, bro.
Yeah. 1 star, by the way.
Nah, he's like, give me 5 stars or you get 5 stars. Nigga, I'm calling back up. All right, my bad, bro. But yeah, no, propaganda like that don't work on me. I don't think there's any propaganda that works on me, like the cops playing basketball in full uniform. It's like, first off, nigga, take the fucking gun off.
Yeah.
Why are you hooping in the full regalia? I'm like, nigga, take the
And why? And how come when you're playing on defense, your hands on the gun?
The gun.
That's not a proper defense stance.
You shoot and nigga. That was blocked.
Yeah. Did you ever see the story? This was classic peak propaganda with Shaq coming out.
Oh, when he wanted to be a cop.
So Shaq became a cop, and I think it was in Miami. They made him a cop. They printed out a fucking new size uniform, never before created for a Miami cop. And then there was this cop who brought him out. Brought out Shaq in full uniform to hoop it up with the kids, which is it always feels racist a little bit when they do that.
Yeah, but it's Shaq.
Yeah. But, and then he was on Fox and Friends and they were interviewing him and they're like, wow, amazing. Cops are just regular fun folks. just like Shaq.
Cops are regular 7'8" fun, just like.
But then it turned out that just a couple weeks ago, that same cop who brought out Shaq had beat the fuck out of a 15-year-old kid.
Damn. It'd be the most darkest shit. These niggas just be smiling in the camera. Meanwhile, I did curb stop a grandma 3 days ago. I am being investigated by Internal Affairs for it. That shit is crazy.
Well, it was during when we were the 2020, all those marches where the cops during the day would kneel with the protesters for their little photo op, But then right when that sun went down, it was click clack on the very same protesters.
I'm just here collecting faces. I'm just here so I can remember. I need the daylight.
I got a photographic memory.
I need the sunlight so I can see exactly who.
Also, I do have a body camera.
Yeah.
You are being recorded right now.
Shaq as a cop, though, with a gun. That's the one cop I wouldn't care. Okay, this nigga shooting skills. Anything past the free throw. As long as you make it past the free throw line, What? That's your. I think I like that. We're gonna do more propaganda. Rate.
We're gonna do a lot. I mean, New York Post is always doing this shit. It's hilarious. They're the number one cop glaze fucking publication.
They'll glaze a cop until it comes to like a story that has too many puns. Like the
well, that's what I was gonna bring up. It's the story. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago about the New York the sergeant in New York who was caught in their jacking off sting in Penn Station.
NYPD cop busted.
So New York Post will also do that. Like they can't resist.
They can't resist. They love cops, but if a cop is embroiled in a story that has
if someone's jacking off,
they're like that meme where the kid's at the desk and the vein is like popping out of his neck, and he's like, I just want to make the pun.
Yeah,
they do not give a fuck about.
But you know, if that same cop was like the next week, like playing basketball with the kids, you know, New York Post would be like, when this cop isn't jacking off in Penn Station, you'll find him hooping it up with the neighborhood kids.
Nothing but nut.
Dude, New York Post should pay you for these, dude.
I'll submit, but yeah.
So moving on to the Parkland. Two other stories, unfortunately.
You don't want to transition from nothing but nut.
Next story. This is unfortunately the nature of our podcast. This is, in many ways, I say, the weirdest podcast that exists.
Fuck, dude.
Where whenever we have to do a transition like this, I think, should this podcast exist? Should this be happening?
You can't keep dragging it out because now I have to get serious at some point.
Yeah, dude. We're about to be talking about the tragedy that happened in Parkland, but specifically the cops involved and how much really the cops not involved was the whole thing, because we'll be talking about, we coincidentally had some news coming out about the cops who didn't do shit in Parkland and the cops who didn't do shit in Uvalde. Stories coming out about that this week. And so I thought it would be appropriate to cover. So I'll be reading here from NBC. The headline is 7 years later, arbitrator upholds deputy dismissal in Parkland massacre case. A court of arbitration ruled this week that Broward County Sheriff Gregory Toney was justified in firing Deputy Edward Eason for making no effort to confront the shooter who murdered 17 people and wounded 17 others. 17 children.
Damn,
so
I can't
let's
get my
clarify
job back.
that.
What you mean I can't get my job?
And this is 7 years of him trying to get his job back.
That's crazy. You really...
Of him being like...
Okay, so 17 kids were killed and 17 others were injured because of me. I can't get my job back, though.
7 years of being like, guys, don't y'all hate your bosses? Isn't it bullshit? Bro, you will never imagine the bullshit-ass reason I got fired from my job.
You mess up one time. You accidentally forget to protect 17. Nigga, go into fucking Twitch stream. I don't even know.
Yeah, Ashton, you really got Twitch streaming on your mind.
I do, right?
But yeah. Well, you know what I always say? I'm like, bro, just do a software boot camp 6 months. You don't have to be a cop. Why do you still want to be a cop at this point?
Brother, you got to update your advice. You can't. It's 2025, dog. You got to stop telling people to learn the code because that is not.
Is coding done?
Yeah.
What's that? What? Oh, because of AI.
Yeah.
So what do you do now?
Exactly.
Literally, what do you do now?
Everyone's poor. That's
Damn.
What it is. There's no, what do you do? You poverty, brother.
Yeah. Start a podcast. Or do Twitch streaming. You know, Ashton was right.
I'm telling you, bro.
Ashton was right.
We're all being funneled onto...
Yeah.
They're all being outsourced and becoming Twitch streamers, and even that is about to be...
It's a Patreon-based economy.
Yeah.
So, in the arbitration hearing, which took place in February, the arbitrator heard and saw evidence such as Eason's body camera video. You heard all those gunshots? Sounds like a dozen at least. Eason is heard saying at one point in the video, confirming that he heard the shots being fired at the high school. But Eason was not at MSD High School. He was not trying to eliminate the threat. He was next door. at West Glades Middle School, and that's why the sheriff fired him. So why did the arbitration process take so long? There were procedural delays coupled with the unfortunate death of the original arbitrator. So that was one of the, I mean, you hate to use the word funny. I mean, it is. The cop was so scared of running in and doing quite literally the one thing he's really supposed to do. Because the question is, why would you ever have a cop in school? This is the only time where you could make an argument. I would still push back and say you could have just armed security that's not connected to the justice system, that's not going to start throwing kids in jail for misbehaving at school, which is what we do see. But here is the time for a cop at school to shine. And not only was he not running in and doing his job, he was actively pretending, like he was actively, because he knows he's being filmed on his own body camera, he's actively like saying shit to like cover his ass and be like, he was literally saying like, I was just in there, and and it's like, you were not in there, bro.
Like,
you were not in there.
He's like, damn, I'm gonna have to do so many Uber Eats orders to make up for this. I'm gonna put a year at least on Uber Eats duty.
So this is 7 years later, and okay, he's not. His firing is being upheld. Okay, good. But
and it's the one time the judicial system actually fucking punishes a cop. It's like every other time.
Well, it depends on what you mean by punish. Like, all that's happening is he's not getting his job back. Like, you know what I mean? He escaped all these. So there's 3 cops. There were 3 cops here, and none of them got convicted of any crime. This guy doesn't get his job back, but the other 2 cops did get their jobs back. And not only did they get their jobs back, they got back pay. They got their jobs back, and they got like probably over 6 figures lump sum for being literally not doing anything, for letting children die.
Yeah, not only you got vacation time after, you were incentivized to get
they got their vacation days back, they got their benefits back, they got all the back pay, lump sum.
Literal incentives to not protect kids in a school shooter. Damn, if I don't, I could just
take a vacation.
And get paid $100,000 while everyone else is like, "You're a monster." Like,
well, everyone else is like, my son, my daughter, all that, blah blah blah. You could be getting paid. Right? You could be getting paid.
You're in the fucking islands. You would get how Stella got her groove back. That's how she afforded her trip. She used police back pay.
And there was they tried pressing charges on those cops, and none of the charges could stick because the Supreme Court has ruled multiple times that cops are not obligated to protect us. And what that really means is that they don't have a constitutional duty to protect us, meaning that if they refuse to protect us, if they refuse to do their jobs, that is not criminal. That's not a crime. They could get fired for that, but they can't get charged for a crime for that, even if it means us being killed.
Yeah. That's what I mean. The judicial system, gentle parents, cops.
Yeah.
They like gentle parents. Like, oh no, we let him pick his own screen time, and that just so happens to be whenever there's a mass shooting. So he just gets to be on his phone if there's a school shooting. That's what he decided. We're not gonna say anything. It's like they just like gentle parenting is like dead ass. Like they genuinely no accountability. If there is punishment, it is not barely a punishment. It's like genuinely like
because they have it easy on both sides. Like on one end, if they don't do their jobs, that's okay, no consequences for them. But if they do something like beat the shit out of you or kill you, well, then we can't sue them either. So they really, gentle parenting is the best way to put it. They're Lindsay Lohan's crashing her car in Beverly Hills and walking away into an Uber and going on their way.
Do you know who my dad? Well, that's not Lindsay Lohan,
but let's keep going. So this next article, also coming out this week, from an even worse school shooting. This is from Uvalde, Texas. So the people of Uvalde have really been, it's a small town, and obviously they were like completely rocked by this unimaginable tragedy. of all these elementary age children being massacred, when the cops really, like, literally stood outside, like hundreds of cops just outside the door, if you can imagine that. And that's what was going on. And I'm more familiar with the aftermath of Uvalde because it seems to be more absurd than the aftermath of Parkland, because these cops are doing everything they can to avoid accountability. But what just happened was a big document drop. And a lot of things came out of that document drop. These were previously sealed docs. One thing that happened that was pretty good was a teacher. So there was a teacher that was accused of leaving the door open, and she was accused of this by the police. The police, trying to like avoid. I
remember when it was like a big story when it first came out.
Yeah. Well, it turns out she did not leave the door open. They lied, and they tried to, and they ruined this lady's life.
Yeah, that happens. People.
So we learned that. We now got the footage. She closed the door. The cops lied and said they tried to put blame on this teacher. Now, another thing that came out of these files, we're going to read right now. So the headline, reading from KHOU Channel 11, former Uvalde police chief sought $1.1 million settlement after Robb Elementary shootings. This is settlement for him. To clarify, if anyone's confused, like when I first read that headline, I was confused what that could mean. It couldn't mean that he was asking for a settlement. It is what that meant. The Uvalde Consolidated Independent School District on Wednesday released more than 2,100 files related to the Robb Elementary School shooting. It includes termination paperwork for former District Police Chief Pete Arredondo. So that's the guy. That's the main guy. And a proposed settlement from the chief's then legal team of $1.1 million. The release included more than 2,100 pages of documents, including text messages from the day of the massacre. Uvalde CISD Superintendent Hal Harrell wrote to senior staff, quote, "Let officers do what they're trained to do," after being told the gunman was inside the school. Nearly 400 officers waited 77 minutes before confronting the shooter.
Just imagine you're a shooter. You're like, no one's came yet?
You probably want a suicide by cop, and the cops are too fucking cowardly to even do that to you.
I didn't think I would get through this many kids because you
I was sitting there bored, like, all right, I don't have the balls to actually kill myself. I was hoping a cop would come in and do that for me.
Second floor now. Hello, I'm on the third floor. It's like, that's crazy.
Just 400 out of the 400, not a single one.
When every minute matters. And you 77. That's
77 minutes, and 400 cops all just like unanimously.
You have an army.
Yeah.
You have a literal militia outside with who one of you is just a fucking kill without any fucking remorse. That's like, I know there's one of you in that group. So the fact that were they told not to go? That's what I'm like. Why would they all just be standing there? Why we're like, Mom?
I mean, that was a part of it, and that's like, we could maybe that could be an episode we do later, like a deep dive, because that was part of it. Like, that's why the chief, and I don't want to get too much into the specifics because I don't want to be wrong, because it's been a while since I've read into this, but that I believe that was part of it, was like the top-down orders were such that they were like not being told to go in. Which again is completely fucking ridiculous.
I'm scared from here.
And so the question that was one of the questions, was like, there's another issue here is that there's like multiple agencies, multiple like entities trying to study what happened and trying to figure out accountability. And there was a question of like 2 or 3 kids who were not dead right away, that's what kind of centered around like, could those kids have been saved?
Damn.
And so there's a ton of fallout with this, and all of I mean, the cops in Uvalde are just like burying their heels in the ground, and are refusing to because I mean, who would want to take accountability of this? Who would want to take accountability of a classroom of dead kids? And 400 of y'all stood outside. But that brings me back to what this article is about, that the fucking balls of these cops, that not only is he refusing accountability, he demanded $1 million. He wanted to somehow finesse $1 million out of this. Like, I don't even understand how you could imagine to bargain in this way where they're like, you should be in jail. And he's like, okay, how about compromise? Instead of me going to jail, you give me $1 million.
Yeah, counter offer.
Yeah.
Like,
What do you think about that?
Oh, yeah? I like it, but I got another offer. Yeah, no, that's just crazy. Making money off of dead kids is crazy. Trying to come up off of dead kids is a wild move. It's like, bro, you are
On all these cops, the Parkland High, like, we don't like, it's unjust that you're firing me. We deserve to have our jobs back. I deserve to have the back
to now
pay.
act like you're the victim is crazy. After you did not save victims, you helped create victims, and now you're acting like you're the victim. It's just wild. And like, how do you live with yourself? Like,
exactly,
like,
bro.
Are
like, do
humans
you
same?
literally not have shame?
Like,
do you not possess
it's not
shame?
Even, it's deeper than shame. Shame is like, oh shit, I sharded at this music. Like, this is like,
no, I would say that's embarrassment. I would say this is shame.
Yeah, sure. Shame, I would say this is deeper than shame. This is like, bro, this is like, nigga, are you human?
Yeah.
Do you like, what is internal? That's like, you want to talk about the most
It's sociopathic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's like you want to talk about the most sacred thing humans revere. It's the future. It's children.
Yeah.
It's like, that is like some shit that's like our representation of the future. So we like to kill the future. Like, bro, we revere children too much, and you are like, you don't feel that pain, that loss of like how this precious thing was stolen in mass. Like, oh my God, like this is a horror show.
Yeah.
And you, instead of being crippled by like the darkness that should consume you when something like this happens, you're like, actually, I think I see a light at the end of this tunnel.
Yeah.
It smells like $1 million. I see a new boat.
Well, I think that's it. You know, like, I think shame, their personal feelings, like, I'm sure they do probably, I mean, yeah, they probably do have deep feelings and emotions about this, but they put that aside because there's a bag on the line. They could get a bag out of this, and what would they rather do? Work or not work? Have a well-paying job again, or go and try to do something else? They're gonna go for as we say, they're gonna Riyadh Comedy Festival this, and they're just gonna reach for the bag and try to grab it if it's in front of them.
If the cop's argument was like, no, look, you paid me $1 million, I'll never cop again. You ain't got to worry about me not protecting children because I got $1 million. That's my deal on the table.
Yeah.
Hey, take it or leave it. Otherwise, I'm trying to get my job back. You know how that goes. Oh, fuck, dude. Give him $1 million. Fuck.
Yeah. So,
well,
I think we'll do that one day. We'll do a deeper dive into the fallout of Uvalde, because there's a lot there. There's a lot there to talk about. So another time where we have too many fun episodes in a row, we'll do another bummer episode like this.
I just was saying how bad I want to just be surrounded in Uvalde energy. You know?
Yeah, look, that's what we got to do. That's what we got to do. I pitched you the podcast very upfront and fairly, and you said, yes, I will do this podcast. So we're doing it.
That's how I want to spend my...
You agreed to this shit, bro.
What a lovely...
You agreed to this weird-ass podcast.
Sunday morning. It is. Just absorbing the Uvalde vibe.
Yes. People like it. People are listening. People are tuning in, Ashton. So
it feels so good.
Look, I never said it's going to feel good. When was that part of the deal? So we're
feel
moving
like
on.
David Hogg.
We're moving on. And going to ICE. Great.
This podcast sucks.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. It's great. We're having a great time.
So we're reading here from The Intercept. Headline, ICE. Yeah, speaking of children, ICE targets unaccompanied migrant children, offering, get this, $2,500 payment for deportation. So
Yo, we are in hell.
yeah, just another.
We are in hell, dog. What?
It's like depraved,
Bro, what?
I mean, it's like new machinations, like new like creative visions on how to be evil, to offer payments to unaccompanied migrant children.
Bro,
So
what the fuck?
yes,
That's so just beyond. It's like the government should step in and stop this. Oh wait, the government's doing what?
Yeah.
What?
The question of like a government when it comes to an unaccompanied migrant child is how could we help this child, right? That's that's the obvious thing anyone would say, but it's like, but instead they're like, all right, what's the minimum amount of payment you think we could give them to just fuck off?
Go back. So you're 8, right? How good are you with maps?
Yeah.
You don't know colors? Do you draw in like that's they're offering unaccompanied minors.
Yeah.
Like, I'm assuming
For deportation. So take this, please. We're paying you to leave and get out of here. Again, unaccompanied minors. So let's start here. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement is beginning to target unaccompanied immigrant children, pressuring them to accept cash payment in exchange for agreeing to be deported, according to a government memo to immigrant aid groups obtained by The Intercept. The operation, which immigrant rights advocates said was called Freaky Friday, though ICE denied the name, is a part of President Trump's ongoing mass deportation campaign, with deportation continuing apace amid the federal government shutdown. Advocates speculated that the latest scheme to pay off immigrant children was deliberately timed by ICE and its parent agency, the DHS, to minimize public attention.
What the fuck does Freaky Friday have to do with ICE?
Well, Freaky Friday was like a kid switched bodies with an adult. So, I mean, yeah, I don't even really want to unpack it, but it's definitely something about a kid. Yeah, I mean,
I don't like them.
I don't want to know whatever fucking inside joke this
I don't even like
whole
the
thing.
concept of it. Like, if the closest connection I can make is them assuming like, oh, this kid is now making decisions as an adult.
Yeah. Or a kid is like being transported into like another. I don't even want to fucking think about it. It reminds me of like seeing like the weird, like when you get like an excerpt of like what someone was saying to Jeffrey Epstein, and it's like this coded, gross, nasty. This also is like coded evil. Like, yeah, Freaky Friday about a kid.
What did Trump say on Epstein's birthday? In the birthday note, he said, "Don't you just love secrets?"
Yeah.
He wrote that in his birthday letter or some shit like that.
In his birthday book, which is weird enough.
Yeah, that's a weird thing to have.
But anyways, the memo said immigrant children 14 years or older would receive $2,500 in exchange for agreeing to be deported. Quote, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security will provide a one-time resettlement support stipend of $2,500 U.S. to unaccompanied alien children 14 and older who have elected to voluntarily depart the U.S. as of the date of this notice and moving forward. Okay. I mean, oh my God.
Unaccompanied minors, listen up, because I know you're listening to this podcast. Okay, so they're offering you $2,500 to leave, right? They're also offering $5,000 for green cards. It's under this Trump's new, like legitimately, he says if you pay $5,000, you can get a green card. Like that's an actual thing. So you take that $2,500, leave, come back, take another $2,500. Then you come back and you get yourself a fucking citizenship, brother and sister. All right, you work this fucking system.
Well, you forgot the step in between where they put on white face. They have to bleach their skin. That's the other part of Trump's.
I'm not gonna tell you that won't help. That'll help.
Yeah, it's not that any immigrant can buy their way into the United States.
Develop a Swedish accent.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
The government memo stipulated that children who elected to take the payment must arrange to meet with an ICE officer. So this is where it really gets cruel, in my opinion. So in order to waive their right to a removal hearing so that they can receive the payment, the child themselves would have to sign a form to change their status with the U.S. government. In a statement to The Intercept that was subsequently posted online, an ICE spokesman confirmed that the agency would begin to target unaccompanied minors for deportation, calling the plan, quote, voluntary. The agency said ICE and DHS are offering a strictly voluntary option to return home to their families.
Even they know how evil this is. Look at how much the Trump administration never coats shit in fucking sugarcoat shit. They would like to speak directly to their base, which is like, we're coming after Mexicans violently. So the fact that even the Trump administration is being like, no, this isn't this isn't unethical. Those kids that we're kicking out of the country, they're volunteering. They actually want those children. That 8-year-old kid wanted to leave.
Yeah. So this is a 14-year-old kid, again unaccompanied, has no parents with him. We don't know their situation. They could be in a shelter. They could be in a bunch of different situations, being unaccompanied. And so this is ICE is already approaching them. So that's what I'm thinking about, is that ICE, you are a kid here with no security net, and ICE has already approached you. So what are you gonna say no? Like, how voluntary? One, you're a child, so even that like how much can a child truly volunteer to do? Like how much agency does a child actually have? I think the whole reason we have protections for minors is because of the fact that they are supposed to be shielded from like certain agencies, like having agencies, and they're supposed to just be protected.
Yeah.
But to go further with what I'm trying to say is that if ICE is like approaching this child and being like, hey, I know you're an unaccompanied minor. Would you like to volunteer
it's like
to get out of
the
here
legals,
for $2,500? What is the implication there? Like, oh, okay, what if I say no? Well, this motherfucker with a gun apparently already knows that I'm an unaccompanied minor.
Yeah.
So what choice do I really even fucking have?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm sure it's a lot. $2,500 for a child is a lot of fucking money. I'm sure they don't weigh the fact that getting back to wherever they have to go. I mean, I don't know are they like giving them money and deporting?
So we'll read. So it gets even more insidious. The plan had been privately relayed to immigrant advocates earlier this week by what they said were sources inside the government. The advocates had gotten word that ICE was expected to target children aged 14 or older and was considering lowering the age to children as young as 10. For children who decline ICE's offer, advocates say they heard from sources that ICE agents would threaten the children as well as their relatives in the U.S. with detention. The ICE spokesperson said any payment to support a return home would be provided after an immigration judge grants request and the individual arrives in their country of origin. So now you have to trust ICE that, okay, after these people force me to leave and I'm back in my quote-unquote origin country, then I'm going to get the payment.
Oh my!
Then I'm gonna get the payment.
Oh, they are.
Then I gotta wait for the Zelle or the Venmo from ICE.
You are. They're just tricking kids.
They're fucking scamming kids.
That's crazy.
And that's when they're not. And like, by the way, this is not to distract. I don't want this to like distract anyone from the fact that we are just straight up deporting kids. Like we also are just. It's not that we're gonna start deporting kids through this method of paying them. We are handcuffing and zip tying children and shipping them off to fucking Guatemala. This is just, I don't know, another method they've thought of doing, like, which somehow it has its own stink of like cruelty to it.
That's what's gonna save this country economically. If we just kick all these kids out, and that's what's. I mean, obviously they don't think it's economic. They're doing it for more than economic reasons, but they think we're spending all this money. We're already on fucking the house of cards is crumbling, but for some reason financially we're focused on using America's wealth and big ass purse to just kick up immigrants out when we need it so desperately on actual vital life sustaining things. We're spending money harassing, fucking just being racist. That's all.
Yeah.
It's actually actively insane to see the money get spent and to see cops like the ICE agents whose whole sole purpose, like cops at least can hide behind like, no, we're here to. I wake up every day to serve my community.
Keep the order.
Yeah, they can hide. I mean, of course, we obviously don't see that, but they can hide behind that. There's nothing to hide behind when you're an ICE agent. It's just, oh, I'm a race cop.
Yeah.
I'm a race cop.
Yeah.
I literally operate in the realm of race. I look, and then I threaten if I find a victim, I threaten a family, and I have to be in a mindset, a racist mindset. Like, you have to genuinely be a racist to do this, and that's what we're.
It is. I mean, look, we're much beyond like the 2016 Trump dog whistles. Like that era is over. That was 2016. Now
That's why I was shocked whenever he was doing. They did the no, we're giving them money excuse, because I'm like, we're beyond dog whistles.
Yeah.
We're beyond. They like literally. Sidney Sweeney did a eugenics commercial for the white race, and Trump was like, I like that. That was cool.
Was that a eugenics ad? I don't know.
Yes, it was.
I saw it. I don't know.
I said, well, every white person seemed to think it was. Listen, that's how you know it was a dog whistle, because all the white people were like, huh?
I guess it didn't. To me, I just thought it was a
Did she say nigga?
little pun on jeans.
Yeah.
Because jeans means one, her pants, and two, that, she has big boobs and stuff. I didn't think it meant my Aryan white jeans.
That's how good propaganda is, dog. It speaks to
Is that
speaks to different
propaganda?
people at different levels. That's art.
That was
That's
American Apparel was doing white supremacy propaganda.
I think you're actually.
But why would they do that? I don't get it. I don't get it.
Because we live in vibe shift America, nigga. What do you mean why? What?
I don't buy it.
The same way.
I don't buy
reason
it.
why SNL got more Austin comics on this year is because we live in vibe shift.
Ooh, they got one.
Okay, that's right. That's fair. But
And he's a black guy.
yeah, no, that's fair. Actually, I'm like, and I like them, so I do think they chose it. They did, but it still felt like a vibe shift.
Whatever. I don't know, dude. Yeah, dude. I separate ICE from Sidney Sweeney, but that's just me. And me and Ashton, we can agree to disagree on that.
Not me. Unless I meet her in real person, then in real life. Then.
Sure.
Okay. Yo, all right. On to the next story. We're on Wired. Coming from Wired. ICE wants to build out a 24/7 social media surveillance team. Okay.
Nice. Mm-hmm. More jobs. More
surveillance team.
More boost to the economy. Thank you, ICE.
Yeah, I know. You remember all those 2010 kids who were like, I'm getting into social media. I'm going to be a social media manager. Yeah. Little did they know where that job would lead them 15 years.
A lot of comics we know could have these skills. They could sign up.
Just that one social media manager who gets all the worst jobs. All right, so I just handled the fucking coolest monkey in the jungle controversy. What else on my resume?
Yeah.
Can you do the ICE surveillance campaign? I guess.
Yeah. I remember when I was paid doing clapbacks on Twitter off the Wendy's account. I thought, can't get any worse than this. And look at me now.
Arguing with Gavin Newsom's comms team on X.com. All right. United States immigration authorities are moving to dramatically expand their social media surveillance with plans to hire nearly 30 contractors to sift through posts, photos, and messages. Remember when the surveillance state was like low-key, like, we ain't really here. Now they're like, we're hiring. Hi. Who wants to watch their fellow man?
Exactly.
Who wants to come? Big Brother is hiring. Who's ready?
Exactly. Remember when Big Brother was not us? When it was someone else doing the work and not just sifting through the work we do for them.
Big Brother was inside of me the whole time. So we read that sentence. United States immigration authorities are moving to dramatically expand their social media surveillance with plans to hire nearly 30 contractors to sift through posts, photos, and messages. Raw material to be transformed into intelligence for deportation raids and arrests. Oh, that sounds swell. Federal contracting records reviewed by Wired show the agency is seeking private vendors to run a multi-year surveillance program out of 2 of its little-known targeting centers. The program envisions stationing nearly 30 private analysts at immigration and custom enforcement facilities in Vermont and Southern California. Their job, scour Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and other platforms, converting posts and profiles into fresh leads for enforcement raids. So they're basically doing cops' favorite things. being on their phone.
Yeah.
They're actually getting hired to do the one thing cops are actually good at.
Yeah.
Candy Crush.
Yeah.
And, the initiative is still at the request for information stage. So, a step agencies use to gauge interest from contractors before an official bidding process. But draft planning documents show the scheme is ambitious. ICE wants a contractor capable of staffing the centers around the clock, constantly processing cases on tight deadlines, and supplying the agency with the latest and greatest subscription-based surveillance software. They're like, we want to exploit employees immediately.
Yeah.
we're putting it in the documentation. This is going to suck. This job sucks. I need you around the clock.
24/7.
Looking for races, looking for Latinx Twitter.
Why? Why can't it just be 8 hours a day? It has to be 24/7.
Damn, nigga. Nah, you Mexican 24/7, 24 hours a day. We can't let you. It ain't like you just Mexican 8 hours a day. But they would also be armed with powerful commercial databases such as LexisNexis account.
What?
I have a LexisNexis account. Is my job setting me up to be an ICE agent? What the fuck? Is LexisNexis evil? Oh my God, that's crazy.
What is LexisNexis?
You can.
Oh no, Ashton. The jokes we were making a second ago are apparently hitting a little too close to home.
It's a research tool where you can use up. You can literally summon any piece, most pieces of
any
media.
information about human beings and their whereabouts and their origins.
No, it's not that.
Where they're going, where they came from.
It's less surveillance-y and more. I can pull up any. So when I do before I was a writer, I was a researcher, and I would pull together pieces. Like I would have to do the pieces. I would have video footage for the pieces. To get the video footage, there's a website or what's it called? Service called LexisNexis that collects every hour. They collect all CNN, Fox News, TV, all media.
Amazon ring lights,
so
license plate reader camera, business surveillance footage.
So you can go in, you type in like say you saw an interview or some shit, you just type it in and like, and they'll bring up that footage. So I don't know how they're using LexisNexis.
You can't imagine how they're using this. You can't fathom how they could possibly.
I didn't know you could do it for TikToks and shit like that. I thought it was only for like news and radio.
Yes,
but
we after years of quality testing through our number one quality tester Ashton Womack, we have now perfected the surveillance tool of LexisNexis.
I should have never typed in "find Mexicans" all this time. It got too good. I trained the algorithm, and now
Quinceañera 20 million results. Wow, thank you, LexisNexis.
That was my bad. I didn't know. Damn, it's so bad.
This is dark.
So they would also be armed with powerful commercial databases such as LexisNexis account and Thomas Reuters Clear, which knit together property records, phone bills, utilities, vehicles, registration, and other personal details into searchable files.
Damn.
So I did not know LexisNexis did all that. ICE also wants algorithms asking contractors to spell out how they might weave artificial intelligence into the hunt. A solicitation that mirrors other recent proposals. The agency has also set aside more than $1 million a year to arm analysts with the latest surveillance tools. Earlier this year, The Intercept revealed that ICE had floated plans for a system that could automatically scan social media for negative sentiment towards the agency and flag users thought to show a proclivity for violence. That's some fucking. Look, we're gonna go there. It's happening.
Yeah,
we're getting guys. Read all your future dystopian 1984 books right now, because it's happening.
It's a little too late.
Nah,
read it if you want. At this point, it's too late.
Just recognize, bro. It's funny because this is the most YA novel.
Yeah,
reality does feel like a government from a YA novel. And I know this because one thing that's helped me process everything that's going on with like specifically the Trump administration, not just all of government, but just specifically the Trump administration. One thing I do when I read news reports, I replace it because I'd always be like, the government does this, and it'd just be the worst thing I ever read in my life. So I just start saying the anti-government when I like see it. When I see something that like the government is doing. So I would read a post that would say, instead of saying United States immigration authorities are moving to dramatically expand their social media surveillance, I'd read it like, the anti-government is dramatically expanding their social media surveillance with plans to hire 30 contractors to sift through posts. I'm like, this feels like that
What's
feels
the anti-government?
just like what the evil version of a government would be in a YA book.
Oh, okay.
Like when in 1984, when they have like the administration, and like you read it, and you're like, yeah, that seems like something as evil as like when it be like the administration all bold and shit like that. You're like, yeah, it has an ominous feel. So once I realized it doesn't feel like a government. It's like the anti-government has enacted tariffs. Like they're doing.
Well, I agree. Like
better explanation. You know, there's Christ and then there's the Antichrist. And you're like, oh, the Antichrist does the opposite of it. That's what I feel.
Sure.
Like the anti-government. These niggas.
Either way, you could definitely say 1984 is definitely goated because of all the stuff we're seeing today, and it's really. Like the way it happened, it like feels sudden, but it really wasn't. It was like we were really like frogs in boiling water because it's like, okay, we had social media and now we're all posting our own stuff going on. Oh, and Google developed a new business model where they can just sell our data to various markets of data brokerage markets. Oh, Amazon ring lights and license plate leaders are all these like separate. They were all like little individual, like on each individual one, you just go like kind of like, huh. I could see that not being good. And then but what's happened is that now the big brother thing is not like creating one new thing. It's just taking all these things that already exist and just being like, actually give me access to all of it. And bada bing, bada boom, it's done. I have a mass surveillance state.
Oh yeah, let me just be it all. Yeah, I know. Read any
science. LexisNexis, you're hired. Yeah. Thank you,
dude. I just bought a TV for my room, game changer, and literally the first thing it was like, do you want to set up Alexa to listen? I'm like, why the fuck do I need Alexa to listen? Oh, and then I saw like a tweet, and this is like, this is some kind of like basic surveillance level shit, but it's like, if I say, hey Siri, and it responds, it's like, how the fuck? It had to be listening to me this entire time to know that I was saying, hey Siri.
Yeah, dude.
For me, I didn't just click a button and then be like, okay, now we can listen. Hey Siri. No, it had to be like, it heard
it's
me.
It's always listening, yeah.
Which is like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Just don't mind me. I just like to watch.
I mean, I always will like every time like an app like asks me like privacy questions, I'll always select like the most private options, but it's a complete delusion. Like our phones are tracking us. Yeah. It's just a damn fact.
Yeah,
we are tracked, we are surveilled.
There's no deal.
If the powers that be want to know, they can just do it.
Yeah.
There's no escaping it anymore.
No, yeah, that's what I mean. I'm like,
we gotta go. The guy, who's the white guy, who killed, did the bombing. I mean,
Unabomber, Ted Kaczynski.
Yeah,
listen, I say this all the time. Ted Kaczynski. Every time I see a new report about technology, I'd be like,
that nigga where's Teddy at right now?
Yo, bro, I don't condone the violence, but the message was clear and correct.
Yeah.
You read the Unabomber's fucking manifesto, which, more than just bullets, words written on bullets, you fucking Gen Z shooters.
The pen is mightier than the sword. Right. Ted was like, I'm gonna do both.
Bring back fucking wordsmiths to these fucking mass shootings. But he was cooking. When it came to it. Every single time, I'm like, yeah, dude, there's only one. We gotta nuke this bitch back to the Stone Age. It's all bad. We use all this technology. I still want to be hopeful for future. So I'm like, maybe there'll be a future where there's like, it's just.
I could see a good distant future after a very, very bad near future.
Someone's got to stop them from like only doing bad things. Because it's like every time a new thing drops, you're like, but we're doing the bad thing with it. It's like, well, who keeps choosing the bad option when it comes to the thing? I wish technology would come out, AI would come out, and it's like, I'm not going to take all your jobs and eventually become the president, and then eventually have you become an energy source to build my new synthetic bodies. That's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to cure cancer. I would love for that to be the future, but sadly,
no.
I think we're building
Not even close.
Rosie the robot.
Yeah.
It's gonna murder us.
Yeah. And look, this. There's got to be a better way for us to end this. There's got to be. There's got to be.
You like impressions? What is this shit? Okay, no, I'm not gonna do. No. There's no good way. I mean,
Was that Nigerian dad that you were just doing?
yeah.
I remember that. Ashton's quoting himself.
It was an inside joke for one, and that was me.
That you said on a recorded podcast. It's not for one.
When I listen back to it, I get it.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. Look, let me see if there's more to this.
There's a lot. Look, this article, it really details a lot of stuff we've talked about on the Patreon, step by step, as these things were unfolding. It talks about the 404 Media, did some really good reporting that we talked about of ICE acquiring software by Palantir that is like doing facial recognition.
Dude.
And they're acquiring software that the state of Israel has created that is there to track all of our phones. And they have like this unlimited budget, and they're using it on whatever, like it's like a Christmas list, They're giving out 50K signing bonuses, and then they're acquiring as much of the latest technology they can, whether it's AI, whether it's facial recognition, whether it's social media scraping, whether it's GPS tracking. They're just taking all of it they can possibly get, and they're going to use it to fucking ethnically cleanse our nation. Yeah. That is our dream of AI in motion.
And I think that's what we should leave on. I think that's the message we should leave our audience with.
Join us on our Patreon, where we will be talking more about a little bit of the tech stuff. We'll be talking about Apple. We'll be talking about Google, and we'll be talking about the UN and the New York prison systems.
Peace.